everybody, welcome back to Bibles on a Budget, and today we have a very interesting Bible. You've probably seen in the past that I have reviewed a few study Bibles, or at least one. I know one of my most popular videos on my channel is the ESV Compact Study Bible, I believe it was. I no longer have that one, but it is a very well-known, very popular one. Today we're taking a look at another study Bible, but from a university, a Christian university called Andrews. Now, let me up front and say this is a Seventh-day Adventist Andrews Study Bible. This is a Seventh-day Adventist university, Andrews is. So, I will be very upfront with you guys. I am a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, so take that as you will. But today we're going to be taking a look at this Bible and show you some pretty cool features about it. So first things first, this does not come in a box. This was actually just wrapped in some paper, or not paper, it was actually plastic. But this is the hardback. The hardback runs for about $50. And this is actually, if you can see that, this is the NIV version. Before, the Andrews Study Bible is only available in the New King James because the church tends to trust the King James and New King James more and more. But we are also choosing other versions of the Bible in different settings. So this one is an NIV. So it's pretty cool. So on the front, you have the symbol for the study Bible, Andrews Study Bible, light, depth, truth. And again, I kind of showed you already. The spine is kind of a repeat, except it has the NIV. This is the 2011 NIV. This is not the 1984. So there's that. And then this is the symbol for the Andrews press, or whatever they call them. On the back, you'll notice my copy is a little discolored. I don't know why, but you might be able to see there's a few dark patches here. But yeah, and then there's the ISBN. It's kind of like Thomas Nelson. And then on the top, you have this kind of brown and white head and tail band. You can see that. And then no gilded edges. These are rounded, but it's kind of like they bulge out for some reason. I don't know why. I did have a problem with one of my pages. I don't know if you can kind of see that. It's a little hard to see right there. I did have to cut it. I didn't really do a good job, but hopefully that's not a big problem with other Bibles like this one. Okay, so let's take a look at the inside. Inside you will find a paper paste down liner, cardstock, edge in sheet, and then a few more. There's a bunch of cardstock. And then, yeah, mine came a little crinkled, but hopefully if you decide to get this Bible, it won't come crinkled. I got this off of Amazon, so. Again, NIV, Andrews University Press, that's what it's called. And then here is, let me just show you, kind of so you can get an idea. Here's the copyright page, and then the contents. It does look a little ghosty. I'm not sure if that's because of the lights or what. I am not exactly sure what the GSM of this paper is. I don't think Andrews actually says, but yeah. Here's the Old Testament, New Testament, and then here's a list of the maps. There's a lot of maps because this is a study Bible. There are maps, so you have in-text maps, so these are inside the scriptures, and then also here are the maps at the end of the Bible. So there you go. And then you also have some charts and illustrations because it's a study Bible, so it's gonna talk about these things. So you have charts about different things like days of creation, Moses' 5 objections, and then obviously down here you're gonna see that these little asterisks, these are the illustrations whenever you see a little asterisk next to them. And then here are some abbreviations, AD, BC, NT, and then it also has stuff for the Greek New Testament because this is based off of the critical text. This is an NIV, so you will see that. And then also, which is very interesting to me, at the front of the Bible, you have your table of weights and measures. Usually in some Bibles, they have this at the end. But in this one, they have it closer to the beginning, even before the text. And then here are the people who are part of the committee for this Bible, and then also the contributors for the notes and such. So these are different scholars and theologians from around the world. And then you have a preface to the NIV itself. So there's that, so you can kind of get an idea about the NIV, especially this NIV, which is the 2011 edition. And then here's an introduction to the Bible. So it talks about the light, depth, and truth, 3 characteristics about this Bible. And then it kind of gives you some explanation of stuff. So for instance, let me show you this, if you can see this. There's that little, you can see that little, it's hard to see because my light is not that great right now, but kind of shadow. But if you can see that little symbol right there. In special cases, that icon indicates things that are, I guess, in the same or related theme. So it says here, in special cases, the notes draw attention to passages that address some of the great themes of the Bible. These notes are offset by this icon and contain references to other passages that address same or a related theme. So there you go. And then the meaning of the name. The university itself was named after actually a missionary from our church named John Nevins Andrew, or also known as J.N. Andrew. And then here's some stuff about the Bible itself, the features. This is the version of the Bible, so it explains the NIV a little bit. Then the appearance of the text, so it is a paragraph in prose, and then also it should be verse by verse in the poetry. I know I'm kind of stumbling over this. I have looked into this Bible. I have used this Bible a few times. It's just been a while since I've looked at it, so I apologize for that. But then get some book introductions, study notes, again, charts and illustrations, maps, articles and resources, a chronology that follows the internal timeline of the Bible, and an annotated theme index and a concordance. And then inspiration of the Bible. This talks about how the Bible is inspired, which is super cool. The message of the Bible, which talks about the gospel and such. So that's pretty cool. And then you get into, let me show you, here's the Old Testament page. And then every book will start out with this little introduction. So you get the title that explains the name, the author and date, the contents. And you'll also notice that this Bible has an accent color, and that is gold. So that's pretty nice. I like that color. Some more information, purpose, and literary structure of this particular book. And then you kind of get a general outline of the entire book. Then you'll get into the book. So you'll notice the way that this is. It's kind of like a study Bible. So you have some text here, and then you have some notes down here, and typically they will link to whatever verse they're talking about or sections of verses. So right over here we have Genesis 1, 6 through 8, and also 9 through 13. And then also up here, you'll notice that we have some cross-references. And if there is more, they will go down in this little box underneath. And then same over here. And then you also get some translation notes over here. You can see that little line right there. And then at the bottom of the page right here, you do get a chart. So there's that. And then here's an example of those little symbols, so you can kind of know what those are. So there. So let's take a look at the general layout of the Bible itself. So it is a paragraph format in prose. Then if we go to something like Psalms, for instance, it will be verse by verse. And if I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I've looked at the stats of this, the Bible itself, the font itself, I believe, is 9 points. So it is a relatively big font. It's bigger than 8. It's bigger than most Bibles, because sometimes some study Bibles or other Bibles may have like an 8 or 8.5. So that's nice. And then this is not, as far as I'm aware of, this is not a red letter Bible. This is a black letter. Most people who do study like black letter. So if you are a fan of red letter, this may not be a Bible for you. if you are okay and interested in checking out these notes, you may not like that because of the lack of red letters. Now, let's go and take a look at some of the other features. So here we already have one of the concordance. This is a concordance. As you can see, super nice. This is not like a previous Bible that I had, which was this guy right here, that had a dictionary concordance. This is just a straight up concordance. You look at the word, and then it'll give you verses for certain things. Then also here you actually have the timeline before then, timeline of the Bible, so you can kind of check that out. And then you also have a annotated theme index and a Bible reading plan. So the Bible reading plan is super useful for those who want to read through the Bible in a year. So there you go. Now let's take a look at the maps in the back. So here's the index of the maps, and then here are the maps. So here you go. So we have the world of patriarchs, the Exodus from Egypt, tribal allotments of Israel, Israel under Saul, David, and Solomon, kingdoms of Israel and Judah, prophets in Israel and Judah, the Assyrian and Babylonian empires, the Persian and Greek empires over here, the map of Jerusalem, Palestine under Roman rule, Jesus' ministry, so you can kind of see where he went, the apostles' early ministry, and then Paul's first and second missionary journeys, and then his third missionary journey and voyage to Rome. And then here is the spread of Christianity in the first 2 centuries. Okay, so that is all that this Bible has. So, final verdict. What do I think about this Bible? It is no secret that I love hardbacks. Let me just show you why. Because sometimes these hardbacks, we go to Genesis. Now, there's a lot more stuff in the front of this, so obviously this is going to be better. But most hardbacks actually are pretty flat in the beginning of the Bible. I like that. Now, again, like I said, there is about that much material before you really get into the Bible, but I like the fact that it does lay flat. I like the color. It's kind of a mustardy yellow. It's kind of more like honey mustard, if you're familiar with that, or Dijon mustard. It's kind of that kind of yellowy color, but I like the white and the goldish color here. I'm okay that it doesn't have gilded page edges. I don't need them. Another thing I forgot to mention, this does not have a ribbon. So if you, sorry about that. If you want to mark where you're at in the Bible, you'll have to either install some ribbons or you will have to use a bookmark. So, yeah. So who would I recommend this Bible to? This is a very interesting case because it's a Seventh-day Adventist, so it's a sectarian study Bible. If you are interested in kind of understanding where some of our understanding of Scripture comes from, then go ahead and pick this up. However, if you are not interested in that, then obviously I would just mostly recommend this to Adventists. Not as your only study Bible, but just as one of your resources, because study Bibles are not meant to replace every other resource that you have. For instance, if you have other commentaries, definitely consult them in your studies. But I think this is a really good, a really great Bible. The notes are very condensed. We do have at Andrews, there is a Bible commentary, a 2-volume Bible commentary for the Old and New Testament, that I believe some of the notes are more expanded in that. But yeah, so I really like it. If you're not a fan of Adventism's theology and the way that we look at stuff, then yeah, definitely give this one a hard pass for yourself. But if you're interested, or if you're an Adventist yourself, definitely check this out. This one is a great one to get into. The other ones, there are leather, but those are more expensive. And since this is Bibles on a budget, we're kind of focusing on stuff that are more affordable. So the hardbacks, great. I really like them. So definitely check this one out. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video from Bibles on a Budget. And remember, folks, the truth does not have to be expensive. See you guys in the next one.